To start off, can you give us an indication of how many traders have been removed thus far?
Well, we say it's 6,000. The council says it's 8,000, so it's 8,000 is probably closer to the mark.
Now, that's a huge number because according to the story, there is 800 permits only available.
Yes. And it's absolutely impractical to have 800 people trading legally and the rest chased away. I think we need to reach some sort of resolution on that because 8,000 traders affects, when we talk of dependents, about 50,000 dependents. This is a humanitarian crisis.
Now, can you tell us what is your stance as the South African Traders Retail Association regarding the campaign, this clean-up campaign by Joburg City?
Yeah, I think it was an indiscriminate campaign because there are parts of the city that are well managed by the corporate sector, City Improvement District. About 2,000 of those traders were also inexplicably moved. And what we're really saying is public space management holds the key. In a mega city like Johannesburg, you cannot not manage the public space and then punish the poor.
Now, are you in negotiation with the City of Johannesburg regarding the clean-up campaign?
Well, yes and no. I think the negotiation kind of ended on Saturday. It was agreed to return legal traders at the rate of 5 streets per day, starting this morning. I believe the process this morning is a little bit faulty and turbulent. And that's where we stand right now. It's a slow process and people are impatient, they're hungry.
Now, some traders are being re-registered as we speak, apparently today.
Yes, a relatively small number.
What is the criteria used for this trading licenses being issued?
I think that's also in dispute because it needs to be someone who's traded at a space. What the council are saying is that many of these trading licenses were fraudulently issued, the product of corruption. So I think it's a grey area what the criteria is.
So how are you going to solve this issue? Because, I mean, the city wants to clean up, so in one sense that's a good thing to make sure that we have all legal traders. Yes. And on the other hand, you want all the hawkers back on the streets.
I think our position was, we did compromise a bit on Saturday to get some people back up, but our true position, how we think the situation will be solved, is to let everyone who was trading go back. And then begin.
And then we're talking about the 800 legally?
No, we're talking about the lot go back, and then you begin a verification process to see who's legal and to see who's illegal. That could easily be done on site by way of a task team between trader leaders and the council.
But that can be a very long process.
Well, the present process can also be very long with people hungry. So what we're saying is take the hunger away and let's go the other route. And to put legal traders back won't solve the problem unless there's urban management, public space management, which is lacking.
How does this affect the hawkers on the street?
Well, I think many are devastated. They just don't have money for rent. I trade on the street and I haven't traded for 3 weeks and I trade in a managed zone. They cannot pay their monthly commitments. It vibrates beyond that, not only affecting hawkers on the street, it affects the city economy. Because Kirk Street, for example, a managed street, empty now. The shops are complaining that their customers are gone. And the fruit market is throwing goods away.
Now, the way forward, because I can see there's an impasse here. What do you see? You've indicated some of the solutions earlier.
The way forward is public space management and possibly corporate run. I think there is the beginning of a process of engagement with the City Improvement District company to come on board in a joint venture type arrangement with hawker management cooperatives. And if council will listen to that, that's probably a way forward. Allow people to earn money, economic activity. The people's economy is fundamental to any African city. 2% GDP projected. The bottom rung of the economic ladder needs a support system. This is the only point of entry into the economy for many people. It needs a support system, it needs to be developed, and it needs to be managed in a way that it doesn't impact negatively on other stakeholders.
And it needs to be hygienic, because many people are complaining that the city are dirty because of the hawkers.
Not the managed zone. I think the whole sector is being painted wrongfully with the same brush. The managed area is hygienic, it's non-obstructive, it's safe. So I think the managed zone is where the focus should lie.
So start off with the managed zone and work outward.
Use that as a model, but we can't use it as a model. They've also been chased.
So why was that, if it's managed?
There's no explanation for that.
And the city don't explain at all?
No, they say, oh, we'll put them back.
That's all we have time for. Edmund Elias, the spokesperson for SATRA, the South African Traders Retail Association. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.